I always forget to go in and figure out where Tyra somehow locked in at some kind of intro, and it does it every time we go live for all the channels because it's the one host. Anyway, all right. So yeah, I'll get back to that, but I did some rectified, and we'll see. But the shows are still going. We'll have to re-upload them, but we'll
Okay.
see what happens. All right, here comes this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go.
This is Wise and Nerdy, where fatherhood meets fandom.
Baby.
What happens when two Toys R Us parents or two grown up become parents? Then become the co-hosts of the show where Kiki fathers unite to share the joys, challenges, and hilarity of navigating parenthood. Because being a grown up doesn't mean you stop being a fan; it just means your side cats call you dad. Woo! Let's get it on!
Did you say side cats? Your
I
side
did.
cats call you dad.
If you saw my face, I went, "Oh, I do this new intro now," and I had to jump over and scroll up. I was close. I got my timing off, but I was almost there. And yes, side cats call you dad. So that's going to be a clip for tonight.
Those cursed little furries you call children.
Oh no, no, sir. Look, he might accept all walks of life, but if you call anything with 4 legs or a pet, anything that's not a human child that came out of your body somehow, adoption is fine. It came out of somebody's human body, so it has to come out of a human body. No, they are not your children. They're not fur babies. They will eat your face when you stop feeding them. No, not fur babies.
Charles is not a pet person. If I mean those that have listened to the show, they fully are well aware of your animosity with 4-legged friends.
Look, they are the demons in Demon Slayer. But spoiler alert: if you haven't watched Demon Slayer,
They're
all
all
the demons are
cats.
pets. Okay, we're live. All right, that's not what we called to talk about.
It sure isn't.
Oh, I got a question, Joe.
Uh-oh.
When I'm not on the show, sometimes, which might be next week, I'll let you know about that. Are you just going to leave the reading of the hook out, or are you going to try to wing it?
I haven't decided. Guess we'll find out. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Sure, fair enough. All right.
And you'll be the troll underneath it. You know, it's all good. All right. Well, the question of the week is, and you chose this one, so if you have any qualms, take it up with yourself and your psychologist.
I have no
Therapist.
qualms. I'm just ready for Kelsey to be wrong.
What is the best popcorn? And Kelsey did send in a speak pipe for this. So.
All right, let's hit it.
All right.
Hello, Mrs. Underscore here. I know Charles would be very disappointed if I did not say what the best popcorn is, because apparently that is my thing. I eat popcorn during the show, which who doesn't? It's an amazing snack. My favorite is Pop Secret, either movie theater butter or double butter. And it's just so awesome. And it's a nice little treat at the end of the day. Well, a snack, I guess, not super a treat. But that is definitely my favorite microwavable popcorn. It is really fun to make your own popcorn on the stove, but that just takes way too long. Who has time for that? So yes, Pop Secret is the best. And yep, that's it. Have a great show. Bye.
I will have to Google because I think that's the brand that we get as well. If you want microwave popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, we eat Pop Secret in this house as well. I'm not sure. It might be the movie theater butter, but as long as it's powder, like we don't do the oily, greasy butter, or it doesn't matter. You know, anything wet. I don't put the wet butter on the popcorn anymore.
Okay, not at all.
No, not at all. As a kid, I did.
You don't like the taste, or you don't like it all over your fingers?
The fingers, man. Just like, yeah, I don't like. It's just. Yeah,
you just got to bring some wet wipes in there. Wipe your hands down afterwards.
After every bite, wipe my hands off, and it's dripping on my shirt and my pants. Yeah, I mean, I get it. People like it, and I do recall we had a air popper machine, right? Back in the 90s, 80s, 90s. where you put the seeds in the little cap on top and it heats up and it's this hot air popper. Yep, you got it. He did a
Mhm.
waterfall motion with his and so once you dump the seeds in, my dad would put butter in the top of that tray, and as it's popping, it'd let it melt. And then once it popped out, he'd pour the butter all over the popcorn and shake it, right? And you salt it. I didn't have too much of a problem with that. I don't remember. But at some point in my life, I just got away from it and going back to it was just like side story.
See,
We'll go back to our favorites in a second. Mike Woodard and I were having to be at the same conference in Chicago, or maybe he's living in Chicago. I forget what, but we connected for a little bit, and we went to watch some movie down the street at AMC. It's some superhero movie or something. I forget what we watched. And he didn't know I didn't do the popcorn that way. So we got a popcorn. And I share with my friends. I'm not picky like that. He walks right over, starts dumping butter on it. I was like, cool, man. Cool.
now you better grab a fat wad of napkins.
I think I just pretended to eat the popcorn. I don't think I get into it.
There was a hot minute where once the movie started, it wasn't usually a conscious decision. I just stopped eating the popcorn. Like I would eat it beforehand and during the
Sure.
trailers, but then once the movie started, I just would stop reaching over. And so what would end up happening is Kelsey and I would go out to the movies, and together we'd eat about half of it before the movie started, and then
Yeah.
she'd finish the other half by herself because I just didn't.
Sure. All right. So is that, I mean, I know Kelsey likes the pop secret super duper extra butter. Okay. But is it like a wet feeling or is it a artificial powder flavored butter?
We have some of the like seasoning, I guess, the
Well, no, I mean,
powder.
when it comes out of the bag itself.
Oh, in the Pop Secret,
Yeah.
it's got a little bit of moisture in it. It has to for the popping. There's some
But it's not like
oil in
greasy
there.
butter. Like you're not getting your hands dirty eating it. Because
Not much,
don't
no.
remember what we have in our house. We might eat the same microwave popcorn. Do you add, okay, there's a question. Do you add butter and stuff to it?
I don't, but my boys really like some of those flavorings. So like I think we've got a
Sure.
few different ones, like a white cheddar
Yeah.
flavoring and things like that. So
Okay.
I like it how it's popped, how it comes out, but they like to add stuff to it.
And is that also your favorite? Is the pop secret?
Yeah, unless I'm in the mood for like more of dessert popcorn, because you can't go wrong with a good caramel corn.
You can go wrong with a bad caramel corn.
You can go very wrong with a
Yeah.
bad caramel corn.
Yeah.
But a good caramel corn, good stuff. And if you're feeling a little fun, you can throw some M&Ms in there with
So I was
the
gonna ask
caramel
you about
corn.
that. Mm.
With the caramel corn, I wouldn't do it with regular. I know some people really like
Oh,
the
okay,
that, but I don't like to mix. If I'm going for sweet, I'm going for sweet. Like the caramel
for
corn
sure.
with the M&Ms, sure. But regular popcorn with M&Ms, that nah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I get why people would like it, the salty and sweet combo, but that's just not for me.
No, I don't want that.
So,
Remind
but
me, I'll make a note afterwards. I'll tell you about this popcorn cake thing I made in the past. I think you'll love it.
we do have another speak pipe.
All right, hit it.
This is Bob, and for the question of the week, what is the best popcorn? I would say that it is the Boom Chicka Pop kettle corn kind. I don't care what Charles says, Boom Chicka Pop's the best kind. Brought to you by Bob.
What? Go to your room.
he doesn't care what you have to say, Charles. Boom.
Like
So
soon, I'm automatically going to hate what he likes. I mean, it's fair. He's a little kid. But...
I think he's had it like 3 times, but it's his favorite.
Okay, good. I mean, that's cool, man.
I've never been the hugest fan of kettle corn in general, to be honest.
At a festival, like if they're making it right there in the big kettle with the oil, I'll get some. Yeah, and that's rare. But I get why people like it. It's just not quite what I'm looking for in popcorn.
Yeah, well, and even like the chip bag popcorn, no, thank you.
Okay, I'll eat that, but I don't. It's not popcorn. It's just odd new kind of chip, basically.
the only popcorn that I'll eat not fresh is caramel corn, because that doesn't have to be fresh. But every other type of popcorn, I want it fresh.
Now, taking that microwave popcorn, opening up the whole bag and dumping it into a pot to then pop the popcorn, throw in a little extra butter, that comes out really good.
See,
And
I
the
hadn't
butter
done
doesn't
that.
stick, it just helps it keep from sticking to the pan. Yeah, we tried that one at one point. My favorite though is movie theater popcorn from AMC. Yeah, we get the big bucket when we go. We make sure we refill the bucket and bring it home because then the kids want to get into it. But AMC actually started selling, like you don't have to go to the movie. You just pre-order it, go pick it up, and leave. Uh, Big take-home bags of their
Oh,
popcorn. It's like 3 gallons, I want to say. I mean, it's a pretty tall. It's like a
is
carnival
it?
sized bag.
How's it price wise?
I will look on the app 'cause I don't remember. But yeah,
I
before
mean,
we got the membership, Aaron would actually send me up there every once in a while just to get a bag of popcorn from them.
I gotta imagine the popcorn in and of itself, because they buy it in bulk, isn't that
That's where they
much.
make their money. Yeah, no, the
Yeah.
popcorn and drinks is where they make the theater makes their money.
Oh yeah, because at least when I was working in fast food, I remember being told a couple of different times by managers that they make the fast food place I worked at was Burger King, and they made most of their money off of the drinks, because the drinks were so cheap, and even with free refills, they were making most of their money off the drinks.
AMC Mega Bag is basically 3 large popcorns, and it comes. They give you a big bottle of butter oil to go with it, which we don't use. We just leave it there. But $20.
Okay,
So you get 3 large popcorns basically for $20 in a resealable bag that you bring home, and a whole thing of butter if you want it.
all right, all right.
So
Yeah, my in-laws have a popcorn machine down in their basement. They'll sometimes
we had one of
toss
those
them in
before.
there, and yeah.
That by far is the best. And you get I think the company we got it from Great Northern America or something. It's got red, white, and blue stars on it and stuff. Whatever. It's one of the few out there, but it's very much carnival popcorn. And you put like imagine your
Yeah, you
in-laws
put them
have
in the metal tray in the
yeah.
middle, and it pops
Okay, what
pops
kind of
up.
oil do they use? What kind of butter or oil do they use?
I don't even know, to be honest.
All right, I'm gonna put this in a bug in your ear, and then we're gonna move on. Coconut oil. Do that. Do a
Hmm.
big couple scoops of it comes like congealed fat, basically like Crisco,
Yeah,
but not
yeah.
as thick. The coconut what it does. And you put 'cause I asked there was a time when I was friends with somebody who ran a theater. It's like, man, no matter what I do, is it the salt? What is it? I can't we buy all kind of different popcorn salt. We cannot get our popcorn to taste like if I came here and bought it. He's like, we use coconut oil. That's the secret. Like, okay,
Oh,
cool. And so in the metal pan with the seeds, you put the dollop of coconut oil in there and let it melt down, or you do it first, let it melt down, and then you do the seeds, and then yeah, that changes.
huh. All right. I'll let them know.
And Kelsey, why are we not getting homeschool assigned watching of this show? Like we should extra credit Thursday night in your homeschool group. All the moms and dads should show up with their kids, and we teach them about popcorn, and we tell them their kids are wrong too. So. Hey,
Oh
Bob, you
man.
like what you like, except Cracker Jack. Nobody should eat that. It's the worst.
Yeah, well, my dad proposed to my mom with a Cracker Jack box ring, so you know.
Yeah, kiddos.
You
Good
you
luck
like
that up.
that tracks.
Yeah, you
Oh
told the story.
man.
Yeah, I know. All right, roll some dice.
Well, double ones. So,
What are you nerding out about?
Oh,
you've got something on there that I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. I'm kind of
okay.
surprised.
Do you want to? You don't have anything on there.
I don't have anything yet, but I've got a few things in mind. But you put in Too Many Losing Heroines, and I know that's an anime. I've seen clips from it, but I haven't watched it. So
Well, it's not for you because it's about getting over heroin addiction.
no,
in a
it isn't.
schoolgirl
You
setting.
lie so bad.
I'll play my own guess anime wrong game.
Isn't it like a end of the world type of thing, or am I thinking of the wrong one?
No, no.
Okay,
Honestly,
so I'm
you're
thinking of the wrong one.
So here's the whole way I came to this is weird, but I'm actually doing it. You know how you open up your any browser, right? And they always, if you don't tell it otherwise, like go, this is my homepage, they make their own homepage as these news clippings. Oh, click this, click this. Oh, here's this headline, that headline, right? Same on your phone. And of course, I mean, they track everything you do, right? And I'm not even talking about our phones are listening to us, which maybe they are, maybe they aren't. Doesn't matter. But you, when you click on stuff, when you follow things, if you're not using extra protections to make sure nobody can see what you're clicking on, it's being tracked in places. And so I'm getting a lot of solo leveling stuff, Demon Slayer stuff, headlines. And solo leveling has been making a lot of headlines lately, just different articles because they know people will click on it. The Crunchyroll Awards was a month or two ago, a couple months ago, and solo leveling swept. It took like 6 or 7 awards, as it should. It was amazing.
So there was a lot of controversy there. Do you know why?
No, I do not. It's not really
So,
relevant to the story, but I'm interested now. What you got?
so the awards were supposed to be based off of Solo Leveling Season 1, and Solo Leveling Season 2 had just finished because it was
We
the
can't do that.
but
I
it
mean,
was
you
yeah,
can't base it off of season 1. Come on.
but it was the previous year's awards.
I
And
still would
so-
have voted the same way I voted.
So a lot of people are convinced that if season 2 hadn't just aired, that Frieren would have taken a lot of the awards that went to Solo Leveling.
Maybe. Not for me, because the only time I had a problem voting was when it went up against Demon Slayer, and it just depended on what it was. It might have been like art. I think that was the one that I had a hard time with. Like, man, Solo Leveling is beautiful, but Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, its animation is way better, in my opinion.
So there was a clickbait, or I mean, it's not clickbait. I guess it kind of is. It gets you to click. I consider clickbait as lying, right? It's like, oh my God, see what alcoholic beverage Joe's drinking tonight. You click on it, it's like, well, he doesn't really drink alcohol, but he's drinking it. Like that's
It's
anyway.
Dr. Pepper.
I guess by definition, if it's designed, written to get you to click it, it's clickbait. So there was like Solo Leveling took swept the awards except for best anime. I went, what? Click. And
Just kidding. It swept all of them.
it was talking about the Crunchyroll Awards and this and that and the other. And I'm skimming because I know Solo Leveling is great. Get to the headline part of who took it. So Too Many Losing Heroines actually took the best anime award.
Huh.
And that's why I said, I was like, okay. And it's like in the US, watch numbers like Solo Leveling, Demon Slayer, a lot of them are up over here. But in Japan, this one's taking over. It's like, all right, I'll bite. I will go check it out. And I kind of get it because it's the Seinfeld / Friends of anime. It's about nothing. It is
Okay.
There's no superpowers. There's no end of the world. There's no craziness. The main protagonist is just a kid in high school, and he is kind of antisocial. And I don't think they have parents in Japan. I think those are illegal now, apparently, because nobody in these animes has parents anywhere. And so all I see is the main protagonist talking to the little sister, and she's like the outgoing one. It's like, you've got to make friends and this and that. So you start on his first day of high school, and it's awkward and it's fun. And it's well drawn and it's well written. All the different characters feel vibrant and different. And that's it. This one girl is in love with this other guy, and I forget exactly the scenario of where the main protagonist and the girl and the guy were at this hangout at like a diner or something. And there's the immediate drama is there was a transfer student who came in and swept him off his feet, or all the girls think so. And she's got fan service is what they say. It's like, it's typical. It was not in your face. It was like, it's just this funny girl chatter kind of thing. And when he leaves, she racks up a bill. Like she's just eating and hanging out with the protagonist. And then she goes, actually, I don't even think she asked. She just left, and he was stuck with the bill. And it was like 2,000 yen or something. And so he actually stands up for himself later in the episode, And it's like, look, are you gonna pay me back or what? And but it's also standard teenage stuff. So you're in his head. So as she started, was like, look, I can do what I used to do for I don't know his name, dude over here. He didn't always like it. And the guy's like, oh, what? We can't do that in school. He's always had thinking it's gonna be something overt. And she's like, I made him bento boxes. He goes, oh, that okay. And so then it becomes this story progression. That's not the only story, and it's not a will they won't they. Maybe 2000 yen. I think I said 200, but it's 2000 yen. Get random kid says that's $14. Add a zero and see how much that is. I mean, it didn't sound like a lot, but they're high school kids. They're they don't have jobs. It was the thing. It's what he stood up for, right? So she begins bringing him food, and then they for whatever reason they go away from the school and sit, well, not leaving the school, but away from everybody to sit outside. So they're sitting alone talking about things, connecting as friends, working down this debt by cooking for him, and they end up joining like a literature club. It's these little tiny non-drama drama. It's almost like a cozy drama, if you will. Blah. Okay, yeah, $14. I don't know, random kid. I guess $14 is a lot to a kid in high school who didn't have a job in Japan. Um,
Could be.
And it actually is just it's friends of anime. It's just watching these characters. Of course, it's Japan, so it's set in high school, not in college. Watching these characters go through love interests like you expect in a teenager. Nothing like you expect in anything else with anime. I find it cozy. I find it fun to put on the screen, let it run while I'm working on something else. And listen to it. And every once in a while, I'll look over at it. The animation's fine. It's got some good jokes in it, and it really strikes me as odd that I found it because of the Solo Leveling article. It is nothing like any other anime I've ever watched because it straight up is just yeah, slice of life, I guess. Where they're reading stuff and writing stuff, and they infer like they're writing some manga that's adult, 14 plus or 18 plus, those kind of things. And they make some jokes like we would make here on the show. Um, and then somebody goes and smacks them for it, type of deal. It's like, this is crazy. I don't know. So that's it. And I talked a lot about it. I want to hear a little bit about this. I'm so mad at Demon Slayer and you right now.
Okay. I haven't seen the movie yet.
That's why I'm mad at you. Because I'm getting more and more clips of things on my TikTok about it, and moments, and tying some dots together that had tied in the back of my brain, and it brought it to the forefront of my brain. I think Infinity Castle could possibly, and Demon Slayer as a whole, as a written story, could possibly be the best story told of all time. The way they've handled
Okay.
it, the way they've written it, with all the man, when I tell you, every time they do new season, they turn it up a notch with the animation, with the story, with the backstories, with the connections. Infinity Castle had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. It was up and down, it was a roller coaster. You forget about, you're in action, you forget about the redemption and all the stories, and you're going blind with the action. And then it goes into this redemption story, or the demon stories, or whatever, flashbacks or whatever, and it just slows that pace down. And you're caught up in that, and then it takes you back to the action. It's like, Jesus, you're killing me.
See, and
And
I don't think it's supposed to hit Crunchyroll until early next year. So it'll
see,
be
that's why I'm mad at Demon Slayer. Well, I'll get to that in a second. But the fact that I can't talk to you about the massive, awesome, crazy things that have happened in this is just so stinking good. And I'm dying to spoil this for somebody. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I want to actually talk to somebody who went through it. And Zoe's talked to me enough about it. She's over it. So yeah, that's what I'm mad at you. I'm mad at Demon Slayer because it's I saw the posts, and everybody's reporting on it. It could be a mistype, but nobody's clarified as of yet that on whoever owns it. I think it's their media. Whoever owns Demon Slayer. I don't think it was Crunchyroll. I think it was on the show owners media official
okay.
pages. Let's call it the Demon Slayer official.
Yeah,
Social.
whatever studio.
They posted, and again, it could be a mistype. They posted, enjoy Demon Slayer exclusively in theaters in 2026. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle exclusive
In 2026?
6. Yes. And people are going hoping, people I watch are very like you and I. We'll give a little bit of our opinion, but we try to stick to the facts. Everybody's hoping that that was some kind of typo. Um, and there was even some interview around that time with the head of Crunchyroll, and they didn't clarify it either. They didn't say it was coming, for streaming or when. So now I'm mad at them because I've been counting down the days for my daughter to watch it and catch up, for you to watch it and catch up. And you might have to go to the theater, or you might have to wait a whole nother year. I hope not, but it's driving me crazy because I like a lot of things in life. There's so you give me a genre, go. We've talked about like Robin Williams. My go-to with him is Awakenings, and then it's What Dreams Might Come. Right? If you go, what's the best movie and even story series of all time, the more I think about it, it's going to be Demon Slayer, with how they have hooked the characters, how they've grown the characters, how they everything matters in that thing. And remember that Infinity Castle, everything matters. This is not Marvel. There's no snap of the fingers and everything comes back and nothing matters. Like, I did not give a crap that Spider-Man dusted in Infinity War because death doesn't matter in Marvel. But Mr. Rengoku, it matters here. So, all right. Follow that, man.
And then you're stuck with waiting 2 years in between each one because that's the
I'm
release
okay with
schedule.
that because the quality they give. I'll go back and watch this movie over again. I'll watch it from episode 1 back all the way through the movie again. I can entertain myself with the story. But waiting for you to get caught up is killing me.
My bad. So, but I too am nerding out about anime, and this is actually a rewatch that I'm doing with my wife. That time I was reincarnated as a slime. Now, have you heard of this one before?
I've heard of it. My Crunchyroll keeps suggesting it to me. I got a long list of stuff to get to.
Yeah. So this is a pretty good one. So, reincarnated. So the main character dies episode 1, of course, and he's shocker, reincarnated as a slime. That time I'm reincarnated as a slime. But it's kind of funny because while he's dying, he's telling his buddy who's next to him, he's like, wipe my hard drive. and so he wakes up and he's in this cave, and he has no idea what's going on. He's just wandering around this cave and trying to figure out what his new slime body can do. So he starts just absorbing stuff, and so he eats a whole bunch of plants and eats some random crystals and things like that. And he ends up running into a dragon that's in this cave, and him and the dragon give each other names, and you find out later the importance of that, because monsters, when they're given names, get more powerful. And so when he's an officially named monster, he does get a power bump, and the person that names you, their relative power determines how big of a power bump you get. So he gets named
dragon, he gets a big bump. Yeah.
So he gets a big bump. But so he goes around, he's in this cave, he gets named by the dragon, and he fights all these monsters, and every time he absorbs a monster, he learns a lot of its abilities as well. And so for instance, he runs into these spider monsters, and he learns this steel thread ability, and so then he uses that to fight, and so he picks up all these different abilities and gets quite powerful. And the whole thing is him, so he's got the mind of a human in the body of a monster, and he ends up inadvertently becoming the leader of a group of monsters. And so it's him building his city of monsters, and it's
No, Kelsey. No, you wouldn't say that.
You might say he's
Disrespect on
solo
that
levels
name.
through the cave.
Disrespect on solo levels. Don't talk about the 5. We're talking about solo leveling.
But yeah, so he builds this monster city, and his goal is for this city to be a welcoming place for both humans and monsters, and well, he's got to deal with people who just hate monsters because they're monsters, and yeah, so it's a fun story. It's got a lot of heart to it, and a lot of character growth. Uh, we're on season 3, and I believe there's only 3 seasons so far and a couple of movies, but it's good. I like it. I recommend it. I do want to warn any parents out there. It does have a decent amount of fan service, but that's kind of what you sign up
Okay,
for when
so
it comes
going
to
by
anime.
the Crunchyroll slash, I'm assuming the Asian way of rating it, is it 14 plus, 18 plus?
Would guess it's 14 plus.
Knowing
Um,
you, that's probably, yeah.
so, but yeah, so it there's nothing like overtly suggestive in the behavior. It's just more of a
Yeah, the way things
he
are
runs into a lot of buxom ladies and
sure.
stuff like that.
So yeah, that's probably
So
14 plus.
well,
That's
and
good to know that, and that's fine.
well, and a lot of anime because it's part of I would assume Japanese culture, not having actually been there, but you'll also have scenes where there's communal bathing and things like that.
Oh yeah, that's part of the culture. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty standard in anime, and so you'll see from
Water
the
lines. Yeah.
yeah, the water lines and whatnot. But yeah, it's very good. It's a lot of fun.
One of the Japanese creators I follow on TikTok, I learned from them recently. It's like and they do skits and how they are teaching the culture. And it is like, all right, you won't hug. No, that's embarrassing. You won't say he does a voice. I'm not trying to make fun of it. He's like, you won't shake hands, like, no, but you'll take baths with strangers. Yeah. But I don't want to touch
It's
stranger.
culture.
I don't want to touch it. Yeah, so yeah, culture is I'll go and get naked in the bathhouses together, but they will not shake hands, they won't hug, other things. So
You
yeah,
wash your friend's back, but no hugging.
well, you don't watch the strangers back, hopefully. Quick update, losing heroin in the context of that show means basically uh forlorn love, like unrequited love. Like they're always kind
Okay.
of falling in love or getting crushes on each other. And it's unfortunately is written so far. It's mostly the girls getting crushes on the guys, and they're talking about it. And so a losing heroine is one who's not getting the date, not getting the love back. Um, so yeah, and you might want to try. You talk about watching stuff with your wife. I'm going to get my wife to try one on Hulu. Disney has officially put out its first anime,
Oh, I saw that.
and
Some kind
it's
of
Disney villains, and it looks like it's an isekai
oh.
kind of where a guy gets pulled into the mirror, and all the like the Queen of Hearts is not the normal Queen of Hearts that we know. It's this anime. I don't know if it's a guy or girl because they didn't really stand out long enough, but an anime character
Twisted
humanized.
Wonderland, right?
That's it. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get that her to check that out with me.
Yeah, I think they've released 2 or 3 episodes so far. I haven't watched it yet,
I haven't
but
either.
I'll probably give it a try.
But yeah, I mean, we love the Disney villains, and I like anything that kind of twists the Disney stories. And it's cool to the point of watching the previews of them like looking in not as the character in the show, but as a promotional art, looking into the mirror, and their villain that we know of Disney is looking back at them, tying the
Mm.
character. It looks cool. So I'm gonna check it out. All right, we got some dice to roll.
Yeah, we do. All right, you want a 2 or a 3?
5. No, 3.
All right.
How do I?
All right, Joe, this one's for you.
Uh-oh.
How do I handle it? How do you handle it when your kid wants to quit an activity mid-season?
Well, it depends. If it's a paid activity,
Yep.
that changes the calculus in my opinion. Because we warn them going into it because we've seen them lose interest in things, not just activities, but just in stuff in general. We're like, yeah, no, if we're gonna put this money commitment into it, you need to get your money's worth out of it. And so we've done that several different times where we've been like, but you need to tough it out for the season, and if you don't want to continue next season, that's fine. But for this season, we have made a commitment, especially with a monetary money commitment.
Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna stick it out for this season. And so we've done that a couple of different times, and we're like, okay, we get it. This is not your thing. We won't do another season, but we especially like so. For instance, both of our boys at different times did baseball, and so we're like, look, we're buying you equipment, we're paying for you to be on the team. This is a big money sink. This is a time commitment that we have carved out of our calendar. You will put your effort into it. You will do it. And especially my oldest, he hemmed and hawed about halfway through the season because he wanted to be the pitcher. He was I know he's upstairs watching, but he was not going to be the pitcher. He they put him in right field, and it's because he showed during practice he wasn't willing to put in the effort that some of these other boys were willing to put in. And so they put him in right field because that's where it, let's just face it, when you're in young baseball, right field is where they put the kid
Yeah,
who
'cause nobody
isn't
puts it out there. Yeah.
who's not doing it. And so the couple of times that the ball got popped over to him, he was shocked. We had to yell at him to go get the ball because he wasn't paying attention. Half the time he was playing in the dirt instead of participating in the game.
I've been there. Yeah. Yeah.
And like we're getting into the car after it, and he's got so much dirt all over him because he was scooping dirt onto his glove and pouring the dirt onto his own head. And we're like, kids, you're not helping any. They're not going to make
Yeah.
you a little dirt ball into the pitcher. And the coach was very nice about it because he went to the coach and said he wanted to be the pitcher, and the coach told him, you need to put a lot more effort in before we even consider giving you a try at the pitcher. And so the coach was trying to be very positive about it. But yeah, after that discussion though, my son was like, yeah, no, I'm done. I'm like, no, you're not. You're not done.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Actually
stick out this season.
um, I won't let my kids give up. Like, okay, we've always said from the get-go, because we came from a very poor background, especially with the first gym, and they've been through a roller coaster ride of finances in this house. Uh, and we're like, hey, if we can only like do one thing, so at that we have to pay for. So if you sign up, you're riding it out. And basketball, baseball, whatever, it didn't matter. And that was always rule. But then it was like, oh, I don't want to play. It's like, but when you're on that court for basketball, you're gonna give it your best. You're gonna run back and forth. 'Cause if you don't, I'm gonna take you home and I'm gonna run you around the block a bunch of times. Because that still defeats the purpose for me. Is like you want to do, you're gonna learn something out of it. Sometimes it is to really practice in freeways as best you can to really know that you want to do it instead of just jumping into it. And or um okay, so you don't like basketball, but what can you learn? How to operate better with your teammates, how to hustle, how to put in an effort into something that you mistakenly got into, but now you're here. So I definitely push that one forward. That's because we got to talking and telling stories before. Anyway, that's a Joe private messaged me. He's like, "Why is our logo say be awesome together?" Because I never changed it because I jumped right into telling him a story. Um,
No,
no,
I had changed it earlier. I don't know why it's
that
be
no,
awesome
that
together.
is weird. It says it's wise and nerdy, but yeah, I don't know why
It's
bat
just
is
Talk
on there.
Studio being dumb. But yeah,
It really is. That's weird. Well, we
so
derailed it, but yeah, we're similar in that vein. But I'm and actually I make it hard. for them to go through. Like Aaron would pay for them to go into everything. She doesn't care. And I'm like, but I care, and I'm tired of spending money. Like it was somebody else that paid for it. She didn't do this, but her and my father-in-law and my son came home one day with a bunch of catcher's gear. Now he had already done 2 years in baseball, and they were bad teams. And that's the other thing is at certain levels. I mean, we're playing 8 and under ball. It's going to be a bad team. A lot of times, even 12 and under ball is just uncoordinated, bad attitudes. And so I really pushed Ryland into um, practicing good behavior and ignoring the bad behavior and doing his best in spite of everybody else. And by the time I was like, yeah, not literally where the Kobe Bryants and Michael Jordans come from, but that kind of athlete comes from, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to practice, I'm going to push, and I'm not going to let anybody hold me back. So that helped. But he also wanted, every kid wants to be the pitcher, right? Every boy, maybe every girl, I don't know. Everybody wants to be a pitcher when they're on the baseball team. He got a few shots at it. He did okay. But again, he wasn't putting in the full effort of, hey, we had a pitching square, like just a little piece of wood put up at the right height at a batter's box and in the backyard so he could throw baseballs at it or tennis balls at it or whatever. Go out and just 50 balls a day. He wouldn't practice at home. None of my kids want to practice at home, it seems like. I'm like, well,
Yep.
then you're only going to be able to do so much. Now he practices in practice, and actually he's built some other good habits. So I won't digress. But yeah, when they came home with that catcher's gear and it was like $900, I'm like, why did you do that? Every league we play in, they give you, I mean, it's crappy gear, but they give you gear. And he's only playing on bad teams at this point, right? Now he wanted to do more, but we didn't know if he could do more. You never know. I was like, I made such a big deal. I was so mad about that. I made a big deal. And then he's been using it some. And he's actually improved. But dude, I make him convince me that I should let their mom do something. I mean, she's gonna do it anyway, but I can either make it a very miserable 6 weeks, or we can all get along and have fun with it. So that's where I'm at.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and it's important not just from a money sink standpoint, but teaching your kids that when you make a commitment, you can't just walk away from it. It does help build character. I know that's kind of a cliche thing to say, but it does. It teaches them that when you make a commitment, you need to stick it out and you need to honor that commitment.
Yeah. I'm gonna find us our logo. I don't know what is going on here. This is
Have you noticed the last couple of weeks there's quite the bromance going on between Devo and Hugh in our chat?
no, it's you again.
Yep.
Hey, there they are.
So, but while you're figuring that out, you want me to go ahead and roll some dice?
Yeah. It's not where I thought it was gonna be.
All right. It's a 2.
Daddy, tell me a story.
And the story that you have put on here is, what guidelines / discipline did you do for your firstborn that you changed for your other kids?
Yeah, this kind of popped up naturally a few weeks ago for us. I don't remember what the story was, but you know, if you're being, in my opinion, if you're being honest with yourself, every parents differently for each kid. And it becomes really bad when you don't admit that. Because
Yeah.
and you should parent differently, but there's also consistency. That's the crux of it all. So what is something that maybe you were strict on Malachi about when he was 2, 3, 4, 5, but now that Jebediah's coming along, you're either like, whatever, it's not gonna kill you, or you learn something.
Yeah. It's definitely got to be what they watch, to be completely honest. Mostly because if the older two are watching something, Jebediah he's gonna see it. And so we let Jebediah watch things way earlier than we would have with the older two. There's a lot of movies and shows and stuff that he has been exposed to a lot earlier than his older brothers. Because so for those that are unaware, so I've got a 13-year-old, an 11-year-old, and then a 6-year-old. So there's a 2-year gap between the oldest two, and then there's a 5-year gap down to Jebediah. So yeah, that's probably the biggest thing, is just the content that he is allowed to consume. And I saw that in my own family growing up as well, where what I was allowed to watch, I guarantee my older brother when he was my age wasn't. But there's an 11-year gap between me and my older brother. So when it's family movie night, you're not going to the lowest common denominator most of the time. And so yeah, I watched all kinds of stuff when I was young that was definitely not age appropriate. But
Well,
yeah.
and it becomes harder as you progress. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Um, okay, so you got it. That's not the one I want. We're in the list right now. But that's you get a kid that's 12 and you have a kid that's 6. So you either have to work around times, like maybe your 6-year-old goes to bed and then you can watch something in a limited amount of time with your 12-year-old. We found the same thing, right? It's the set one. By the time Zoe was born, let's see, Oakland's about to turn 21. She just turned 12. So 9 years, almost 10 years difference, right? Now, there are definitely times when I'll say, hey, I'm going to take them to see this. You guys aren't ready, type of deal. But there's a lot of gray area that when my kids were 6 and 7, like, yeah, I don't want you watching that. And then when set two became 6 and 7, I was like, just go get away from me. Just go get on your tablet or something. I don't know. And it becomes a weird thing. I actually had to sit down with my son at some point because, like you said, you saw it in your family. I saw it in my family as well. Of, I mean, my sister's only 3 years younger than me, but they were drastically. I mean, they did the different parenting in the bad way, in my opinion. Um, because there was zero consistency. So I want to get back to, even though you've made changes, what is something you're keeping consistent, even though it might look different with each kid, it's still consistency. So think about that. But I actually sat down with my son and was like, hey, you're going to see me, get mad at you and get you, you might get in a lot of trouble for one thing. And then possibly it could be weeks later, it could be months later, it could be years later. One of your siblings does the same thing, and you remember it because it kind of scarred you how much trouble you got into, and you're going to see me do it differently with them. First off, I want to apologize ahead of time because it's not fair, but life isn't fair. The reality is, you as the firstborn will get to do a whole lot of things first. First job, first car, first girlfriend, first what, all these things that they're going to look up to you for and want to do because you do it. But that also means you get the first mistakes. And as much I will try to keep you out of it, the honest reality is there's going to be times when I'm refining my parenting on you and your sister. And then when your set two gets old enough to do the things that y'all were doing at that age, you will see me parent differently. But it also goes in both directions. Sometimes I learned something on set two that becomes a new open standard for everybody. Get a little more relaxed, a little more
Yep.
helpful, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
what has stayed consistent for you, Joe, even in making changes?
Probably our emphasis on reading. Now, our strategy on how to try to get our boys to read more has changed and modified over the years, but our emphasis on reading, because we view that as something um, very critical to their development and so many studies show that kids that are either read to or that you can instill that love of reading, they just do so much better at life in general. And so that has been one of the big things that we have consistently done with all of our boys, is had an emphasis on reading. And so, like, for instance, we don't give um an allowance per se, but we do offer them an amount. We pay them for reading. So depending on how much they read, they will get paid, and it depends on the reading level as well. So if they're, reading something with that's way below their reading level, they're going to get paid less than if they read something at their reading level or above their reading level. And so that monetary incentive has helped a bunch. So like Bob, he read the entire Percy Jackson. Well, he read the first series, so the first 5 books. He hasn't read the follow-up series yet. He's working on it. Um, but yeah, so he's been reading a bunch of the Percy Jackson books. Um, Malachi, he's been reading these books from the library about some cat warriors that he's apparently liking quite a bit. Um, I've read the Harry Potter books with the oldest two, as well as a few others. We're working on the Aragon books now. With uh, Jebediah, we've read through the Bad Guys books and a few others, and on his own, he's been reading books about some of the Marvel superheroes. And so yeah, so just instilling that love of reading will help them just so much with life in general. And so yeah, that's one thing that we've been very consistent on.
Good. Ours has been attitude, consistently. And lectures. All 4 of my kids heard a lot of the same stories and a lot of and every time I approach it, maybe a little bit different for the kid, but the consistency is, I'm going to sit here and talk to you. You might rather I be old school Christian and take a belt to you or something, but I'm gonna sit and take things away. And ultimately the consistency has I had to be a brick wall at certain times. Like you when it comes down to you having to learn to let go of your what you want to then get what you want, I will do that. And family adventures. We have consistently offer to at a certain age people have to go. Like, look, I know you might rather want to sit at home in your little kid cave and watch your YouTube or whatever, but you're coming out and you're doing these festivals with us. And they had to go. They didn't have to necessarily participate, but they were never allowed to pout or have a bad attitude about it. And so that's been the thing that they've all seen, is like, no matter what, they're going to get choice, they're going to get agency in a lot of situations. And but when we say this is it, that's done, it's done. And that it's rare. It happens so rare nowadays, fortunately, that I have to draw a line in the sand and say this is it. That I think one of the last times was some movie that I think Zoe wanted to watch, and I was like, "Yeah, no." And she's like, "But why?" And I went, "Be honest. When was the last time I told you a hard no on something and didn't just discuss something with you?" And she's like, "I don't think you've ever done this." Exactly. I reserve it. So just you're gonna have to trust me on this one. You're not ready. If you try to watch it against my wishes, what's going to do is it's going to hurt your brain and hurt your soul, and I won't have to do anything to punish you. So just trust me on this one. You're not ready. Um,
And trust me when I say, if Charles says you're not ready, then it's really not okay at my
yeah,
house.
yeah, he's not wrong. Um, and I've even balanced what I don't like. Like, I don't like horror, so I don't know that anybody should watch it. But basically, you always kind of had in my head that my kids would have to be at least out of the house as far as like working, 16, 17, and the older ones talked me into some stuff at some point, and I said, all right, here's the deal. You wake up screaming in the night. You get scared about something. If I see a change in you for any reason, it's done. And the older kids did it well enough that they actually guided the younger ones. Like when Ryland really wanted to get into horror films and watching that. I mean, I don't watch this, so I don't know how to judge it other than hard no. And his older siblings took him under his wing and did what we modeled. They talked to him. They told him the guidelines, kind of told him what to watch for, and then they watched it with him to make sure he was all right, and nothing went bad for him.
Well, and I don't know if you saw the discussion in Discord with KCJ. He was talking about how he finally got around to watching K-pop Demon Hunters, and so he watched it, and he decided his kids are younger than our kids. I think his kids are like 3 and 6. And so he decided that it would be too much for his kids. That they
Actually, all right, yeah, because we advised watching it first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so because there are some darker themes, there is a fair bit of violence. And so yeah. And so I actually mentioned in Discord to Casey, I was like, I get it. I really do. Every kid is different and every parent is different. And so each parent has to take a good look, an honest look at their kid and determine what's best for them. And I've mentioned it a few times at various conventions and on the podcast, but a great resource for parents is IMDb's Parents Guide.
Yeah.
It's a crowdsourced review where they go onto IMDb, other parents do, and they say, hey, then they break it down into categories, violence, language, and various other categories, and they break down, okay, this is what is in the movie, and they'll give examples, so you might run into spoilers, but if you're trying to be an informed parent, that's the risks you have to take if you don't have time to
Sure,
actually preview it yourself. And so that's a great resource. And what my kids can handle, even if they're the same age. So my youngest is 6, and I think Casey's oldest is 6. And so what my 6-year-old can handle could be and appears to be very different than what his 6-year-old can handle. And some kids are a lot more sensitive in general than other kids.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you gotta know your kids, and you gotta know what they can handle.
And as we roll the dice, we sometimes had bad parents, and my parents, I wouldn't say were bad, they were kind of clueless. I wasn't allowed to watch scary things, but I watched the Matthew Broderick Project X, and you want to talk about scarring you for life? That movie will scar you for life when you're 8 years old watching that. And I'm like, why? What? Oh, so bad. So what did we roll?
We went ahead and rolled a 5.
Time for a commercial break.
I've got some special new music for tonight, sir.
Ooh, did you make it?
No, I am practicing stuff. And if you're a patron, if you're a patron and you listen to the patron feed, you'll actually hear my first rough samples of what I worked on today, just figuring things out. I did it right before I got on with Joe. I recorded it, so it's at the very front of the patron episode. First off, to KCJ, I hope your kid survives the weather, because I've been watching the clips you show me of the weather, and it's crazy where he is right now. Also, let me see. This should work. Nope, it muted again. Okay. This is my new all-time favorite theme song.
Uh-oh.
Down to Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell. I want to go to Taco Bell every day.
There you go, kiddos.
Oh man.
Taco Bell. So yeah, patreon.com/wise_n_nerdy, where some cool people are doing some really cool things to support us, and it's impressive, and thank you. And everybody else should be like their big brother doing it over there. So oh, I am not. That's you stuttering. That's your face stuttering. That's not face buttering. All right.
Okay, Charles.
I'm gonna mute my phone again, and let's see here. We've had some issues with Spotify dinging us for using royalty-free music, so we're gonna use some more royalty-free music tonight and see what happens. But yeah, patreon.com/. No, not that one. That's like dramatic death or something. Let's see.
Patreon.com/wise_n_nerdy.
Also, coming out of this, you're gonna hear some speak pipes. That's at wiseandnerdy.com/call dad, which I gotta tell Joe I offered to the public earlier. So check that out.
That's true.
Let's enjoy some crazy bogan weather right now. You ready, Casey? We're gonna breathe in. We're gonna do it backwards since Australia's backwards. All right.
We're gonna
Hold
breathe
it for
out.
6, 5, 4, 3. Yeah. All right. So here's some more dad mantras here. And out. And oh yeah, man. You know, yeah, all right. We're done with meditation. Hearing that music, this is the kind of thing I want to make. And I know I can, but it's getting that first. When I say baseline, I mean the bottom foundation of flow of music to then go add the layers. That's where I'm still learning a lot of things. I'll do a quick shout out to Native Instruments. They integrate with Reaper, and there's a lot of cool things you can buy. I haven't paid them a dime yet because I'm gonna, because there's a lot of cool things you can buy. But they have the Contact Starter Kit, something like that. It's KONTACK or something like that. KT. K's are their thing for some reason. So it's Contact Starter, and it's a free. It's got so much stuff in it, and you can just download it and you put it in the Reaper. And so inside of Reaper, I'm actually using all the tools. I don't have to have a piano and to do the music. So I'm figuring it out. And sooner or later, Joe, you'll hear it before it gets played live on the show. That's for sure. Because I want to make sure that it actually is going to be decent to play on the show before I put it out like that. So, but what do we have coming up in the next couple of weeks?
All right. So the question of the week for November 28th, which is the day after Thanksgiving in the U.S., because we're going to be recording on Friday instead this year, like we have for the past
Thanksgiving in the U.S. Yeah,
6 or 7 years. But anyway, the question is, what is one thing you are especially thankful for this year?
Okay.
Seemed rather on point for a question of the week.
Yeah, so Be Awesome Together that Tuesday before Thanksgiving is doing a gratitude episode, but it is themed around what's the gratitude that gets you up when you're down. What are the things that you'll say you're grateful for, and what kind of gratitude when somebody expresses it to you as a creator, because we're all about creators and helping you create whatever you want. What kind of gratitude do you appreciate? So yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're going to theme things, at least let's do it in the way we want. So I think we're hitting that right there, Joe. It's doing well. Now, do we have any random speak pipes?
Not this week. We do have one that we're going to play later, but not
Gotcha.
Not for this.
So I did not ambush my kid with a speak pipe yet. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do that with them. I did ambush Ryland the other day. And if you'd like that cover screen, Joe, I will send it to you. You can use it for whatever. But it's unfiltered questions from kids. So it's going to be random. It's on our TikTok, tiktok.com/wise and nerdy. It's wise__nerdy at wise__nerdy on TikTok. Joe's been putting up a ton of awesome clips, and some of them are doing really well. And I really hate that of course, you grabbed the clip you needed to, but it was the two hot dog lovers going nuts over that stupid Lizzie Lego, Bob and Phil, man. Yeah, they like hot dogs way too much. But I had no idea about Bob, so that was a fun moment. But you can see clips like that, and then I'm hoping Joe will also jump in and just randomly do unfiltered questions from kids. And yeah, go check that out.
That is the plan.
And of course, you can go to Linktree/wise_n_nerdy to get linked to everything that we're doing. And we're broadcasting live on Facebook now. So thanks for whoever got us to 100.
Nice.
What's next?
All right. What's next is rolling the dice.
I think I had Taco Bell twice last week.
All right. I'm going to go with number 4. I don't think we've done 4 yet, right? Correct? Yes, correct.
Parliament of Pawpaws.
All right. Devo is in charge of this one, apparently.
He is indeed. He sent this in a week ago, and it's an "Am I the Buttface Speak Pipe?" So let's find out if Devo is the Buttface.
So Monday, my daughter Ruby turned 16. 2 months ago, we
Hold
got
on,
a
pause it
dog,
for a second.
Ben.
You have set me up for failure, sir.
Uh-oh.
You have booby trapped this podcast.
Have I now?
We only have 2 segments left, and you've already people on this one, so we're gonna do this one. So you're gonna end the show
With your favorite? With your absolute favorite.
Let's see what Kurt the Second has to say.
Kurt the Second.
He's
Actually,
campaigning. We'll see.
what I ought to do, and what he actually recommended I do, is play it off to the side so that I can pause it along the way, so that if you need to interject, you can. So is there a way to...
Like he subscribes to this podcast.
Yeah. Is there a way to share just my audio through... So you can share the screen.
You could do the player and share the player app on the screen, and that should work as long as you make sure you mark. Little dad tip, because I don't want to hear any kind of email. I don't want to get any kind of grief about, oh, you're so unprofessional. Look, we're teaching you things. Tell me that some dad's not going to go figure out like, oh, if I just share that app and make sure that it has audio shared, then I can help my kid on their homework. Screw you, Q, for being so mean to me.
So let's see. Can you hear this?
No.
Well, shoot.
So I have an option to do background audio as a share. Shares. I'm seeing if there's a button. Okay, when you share it, make sure that there's a tiny little side at the bottom that says also share tab audio, but that's okay. I'll go away. If I go to window, also share system audio. It's down and right above the share button is a little slider. That should get it.
I see.
And you're welcome to you. Oh yeah. Back now.
All right. So let's go.
So Monday, my daughter Ruby turned 16. 2 months ago, we got a dog, Finn, and Finn was supposed to be her birthday present. Tuesday, the dog vomited on the floor. I proceeded to tell her to clean up after her dog.
Come on, Ruby, clean it up.
I can't do it.
You can clean up your dog's
clean it.
vomit.
He needs my love right now, not my
Yeah.
cleaning.
You're not gonna leave that laying on the floor.
I will.
Really?
Gross.
I'm gonna leave it
Here
there.
you go. Let me get your hand. Here you go. Come on. You can do it. Come on, Ruby.
Help!
It's the dog you want.
Mom, help! I'm gonna step in it.
It was initially, of course, on the floor. I took a paper towel and I wrapped it up and I put it in her sink.
All she has to do is just pick up her dog's vomit, and flush it down. That's all you gotta do, Ruby. Just walk in. Just pick it up
Can you show me
gently.
Brilliant.
Pick up the vomit out of your sink and flush it down. You can do it.
Wait.
It's your dog. You wanted this dog.
I'm a visual learner.
You're a visual person, then you'll have a problem because this is a tactile thing.
Oh, man.
Ruby, are you going to do it?
Well, she has to do it because her sink is full.
Why would you put it in my sink?
Gross.
Because you
Why would you
wanted this
put it in the
dog.
sink?
Your dog threw up. Ergo, you need to take care of your dog's vomit. and it's in your sink, so you can't use your sink. So you need to pick it up. I've already wrapped it gently in paper towels. Just kindly, carefully. It's like a package, like a Christmas package.
No, it isn't.
I've ever gotten.
Okay, birthday.
Did you say birthday cake?
Yeah, that's a birthday cake you don't want, man. I can help you, walk you through it.
I'm a visual learner. I'll watch you do it.
Well, come on here. I'll show you. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna help you, Ruby. Yeah, you need to hurry up. It's beginning to smell very.
I can't come in.
You can come in here.
No, I can't.
Did you break you guys? You guys broke the toilet. Holy crap.
Oh,
Josh broke the toilet.
I did. I told you about this a while ago.
And you guys won't fix it. I didn't have a toilet.
It was a massive shit. I'm sorry.
Wow. Wow. You need to seek some help. Some
Dad,
doctors.
Dad, you
The military
do
will
best.
take care of that. All right, Ruby, here, I'll tell you what. There are two piles here. I will pick up the larger of the two, and you pick up the smaller one. You said you're a visual learner. Look at that.
Ew! That is disgusting! Did you dump it in my sink?
What part has she been not hearing that I put it in her sink? Now, Ruby, I'm putting it back in your sink now because you're not listening. You're not paying attention. We gotta start over. Yes, this is your dog.
This is about, listen, babies, like,
Oh, yeah.
Good thing I'm not having no baby soon.
Well, but you got a dog, and you got a nap.
Will you put it in my sink?
And you've got a
If you
dog,
put it
and
back
your
on
dog
the floor.
put a pile of vomit on my floor. I give you the
so
smaller
nice.
pile, or I give you the bigger pile. All right, I'm moving the bigger pile. I'm just gonna move the smaller pile.
No, I'm gonna move this.
I won't do it if you don't come over here. Come on, you can do this. Oh, she's holding her nose. I'm gonna pick it up.
Go.
Nope, pick up the other pile. You gotta walk behind me. Oh, she can do it. Come on.
there's
Did she drop it?
I almost got her. Almost. And that's fun. It was, that was worth the dog vomiting.
Oh my god.
All right.
Yeah, I tried to swipe the vomit at her.
no.
No! No! Oh no!
Oh. No, okay. One, you are the butt face for swiping vomit at your child. Two, you are a good dad for giving her a learning lesson and all of that. She's brilliant, man. I'm a visual learner. Let me see how you do that. Joe, what's your take on the butt face here?
So wanting to teach her a lesson on being responsible and taking care of her dog, I support that. But when he called it a birthday cake, he's got to be the butt.
That was a lie, wasn't it?
Well, and trying to swipe it at her. Come on, Devo, you know better. That's too far.
You're not the butt face. We're gonna say, settle down in court, Devo. That's what we're gonna say there.
Oh.
And he's super nice. He's super nice because one, I just flat out said, no, you cannot have a pet. So two, when my wife goes against everything in this house and brings home a stupid cat, oh no. Rebecca, come on, show. Why is it not showing? There you go.
That's his wife.
Rebecca Zuma says I had to listen from another room. Oh no, I get it. Absolutely. I would have been more devious. I would have been more forceful. You're a really nice dad. But I flat out say no. And so they know, like, I'm not kidding. You don't take care of that animal that came in this house, that animal will disappear either to a good home or not, but it's not my problem. And
It's going to be taken out to the farm.
Crosby did get into some issues where she was getting mad because the cat wanted to stay in her room and she's always wanted him to stay in her room, but then she shuts the door and she didn't always wake up to let him out. So sometimes they'll mess up her room. The dogs will get in there when she doesn't shut the door and sometimes mess up her room. We're like, what do you want? What do you want? It's you wanted animals. This is what animals are. These are the
Yep.
last animals that ever will be in this house. I guarantee it to you that one.
My
As long as
boys
I have one.
have fluctuated many times on whether they want animals or not, and we've told them over and over, we're like, if we get a dog, then you better put away all of your toys, or those will become chew toys. That dog will chew up your toy. It will destroy your toys, and if you didn't put it away, you're not allowed to get mad at the dog for your mistake. Yeah.
And I think I found the most offensive thing in that whole thing is she has her own sink. I'm like, wait a minute. Why does a teenager have their own sink? Spoiled? Because John's been to my house. 4 kids share one bathroom, and it's a war zone. It's a war zone in that bathroom. So for her
Yep.
to have her own sink, good on you guys.
Yeah, growing up, we had the 6 of us sharing one. Actually, really the 8 of us, because my parents only had a half bath connected to their bedroom. So my parents had their little half bath that they had, but all of us shared the other one for showering and bathing. So we had one bathroom for the 8 of us. But yeah, spoiled. So oh, and
I
what?
was so fortunate because
Yes,
it's nice to have that, and I'm jealous.
Man, this makes me think one of the weirdest things I saw when we were house hunting before we moved into this house. Someone had installed a sink and vanity in their kid's bedroom. I was like, that is so weird.
That's like in the open space. Like, was there at least a splash zone to not get on carpet and stuff?
No,
or-
it was like right when you walked into the room, they had a sink and a mirror. Like, and it wasn't like a full-fledged sink. It was a rather small sink, but they had it in there. And the realtor, trying to spin it. Oh, isn't this great? We're like, no, it's weird.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they liked it, but I've seen some interesting things. But yeah, I wonder, I truly wonder if to teach kids responsibility, if we could call the local animal rescue or shelter or whatever's in your area and say, hey, I mean, I'm sure they have to be a certain age, and I'd be willing to accompany my kid, but my 12-year-old thinks they want a dog to take care of. Can we come up there for a day and let them scoop poop and watch the things get torn up and see all that really goes into taking care of an animal? I wonder if they do that.
I live by myself and have 2 bathrooms. Spoiled. Except
I keep trying to ship off one of my kids to live with him, but that hasn't happened yet.
Except I know for a fact, or at least you've told me, you have never used one of those bathrooms ever.
That is true.
But yeah.
All right.
It's down to your favorite.
It is
your
my
absolute favorite.
Dad jokes are like Mojo Jojo. They're bad.
What a jerk. Oh, Charles. All right. Let's see. Let's pull one from our Discord. And while I'm looking for a wonderful one to pick, how can they get into our Discord, Charles?
You're gonna prolong this torture.
Yes.
Wait, hold it. You're the butt face. You are the butt face. And you can go to Linktree/wise_n_nerdy and have all our links, and Discord, I believe, is towards the top there.
All right. So here we go. This comes to us from Civilian on Base. It says, what does an air conditioner have in common with a computer? They both lose efficiency as soon as you open Windows.
That's you waited on that in your face, man. That's so that is bad.
They're not called good dad jokes.
No. And I had a drunk uncle joke to tell, but I forgot what it was, honestly.
Well, it's because you were drunk. So Casey J. He
Casey,
says,
don't do this to me, Casey. Come on.
My wife is mad at me for ruining her birthday. It's ridiculous. I didn't even know it was her birthday.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That goes back to Am I the Butt Face? Yes. If you forgot it was her birthday, you're the butt face. And we want more of your family moments. We want more of that. We're here to help you be a better dad. So if you got a real dilemma, bring it to us. We'll answer it. So thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Follow these nerdy dads on social media. Charles at Rock God of Podcasting, Joe at Joseph_Ard. Check out the website, wiseandnerdy.com. And as always, they may not be your father, but they'll always be your daddy.
Shut up, Mike.
I will stand on Tanjiro did not defeat the demon.